He's the only president other than Herbert Hoover who's lost more jobs than he had when he began, since Herbert Hoover. The idea that he did something that was significant, the idea that states are able to do this is a little like saying we're going to turn civil rights back to the states. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant. The idea that the politicians, that the founders wanted the politicians, the idea they're emptying their prisons, we're welcoming these people. The idea that I have to apologize to you for anything. The idea that we have, our strength lies in our alliances as well. The idea that those people are patriots. The idea he's refusing, will you denounce these guys? The idea that I did anything wrong. The idea that you have a right to seek retribution against any American. And the idea that somehow that's the only reason I ran. And the idea that he's talking about all this being fabricated. The idea that any black family, first-time home buyer should get a $10,000 tax credit. The idea that we're not doing any, I've put more, the idea that anything he said is true. The idea that he is claiming to have done something that had the cleanest water. The idea is that we, in fact, we were the only ones of consequence. The idea that he claims that he has the biggest heart up here and he's really concerned about the idea that they're going to, I've been proposing that everybody, they pay, the millionaires pay 1%. The idea that we don't need to protect our seniors. The idea that veterans are not being taken care of. I told you before. The idea that we're going to be in a situation where all these millions and millions, the way he talks about it, the idea that we're talking about worse presidents. I wasn't joking. The idea that he is doing anything to deal with child care. The idea that somehow we are this failing country. The idea. I can't think of a single major leader in the world. The idea if you lose again, you accepting anything, you can't stand the loss. Something snapped in you when you lost the last time.
Come on.